broadcasting to viewers in Liberia and across the globe. Hello and welcome to News Today on KMTV. My name is Anthony Kukoy. Let's take a look at stories making headlines tonight. The Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia, CENTAR, expresses disappointment over delay in the completion and implementation of the US $25 million mop-up exercise investigation. Senate Pro Tem Abache comes under huge criticism following remarks made at the official induction of Moserado County Senator Darius Dallon. We begin the program at the headquarters of the Center for Transparency and Accountability, CENTAR, that has expressed disappointment over the delay in the completion and implementation of the $25 million mop-up exercise investigation. Addressing the news conference yesterday in Monrovia, CENTAR Executive Director Anderson Miamen said the manner and form in which the $25 million scandal is being handled or investigated is not in the best interest of the fight against corruption. The Corruption Watch institution therefore wants the timely completion and implementation of the investigation.
We believe that the manner and form in which the $25 million mop-up scandal is being treated or investigated is not in the best interest of the fight against corruption. We are disappointed in the endless nature of investigation into the mop-up exercise, which the very LACC, crew, and GAC have all indicated was marred by gross irregularities. Following GAC's release of factual findings into the mop-up exercise, LACC was mandated by the President to further investigate it. After more than 2 months, there is no indication that the LACC has completed such investigation nor submitted its report to the President. We are concerned about the use of taxpayers' money on near-endless processes and investigations that do not yield the desired results or impact. CENTAR strongly recommends timely completion of the investigation and full implementation of its findings. Most importantly, we call on the LACC to report to the public on the status of the investigation and when reasonably the public can expect the final report and recommendations for action.
Meanwhile, CENTAR boss also outlined several recommendations, including a comprehensive audit of the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf-led administration, comprising the 52nd and 53rd National Legislature. The group also wants President Weah to lead by example in the fight against corruption by publishing his asset, income, and liabilities.
Governments must refrain from establishing parallel structures and strengthening existing institutions, especially when those with such mandates and functions can play such role, perhaps more effectively. We wish to close on the following specific and broad recommendations. That a comprehensive audit of the Sirleaf administration is initiated to ensure that those who misapplied public resources are identified and prosecuted. This includes the 52nd and 53rd legislatures, yet to be audited. The people's representatives must lead by example in promoting transparency and accountability, safeguarding public assets and resources, and ensuring a clean and accountable government. That President Weah leads by example in the fight against corruption. By publishing his assets, income, and liabilities, the President will help to allay widespread fears and perception about alleged use of public resources to construct his multiple properties in the midst of worsening economic conditions in the country. That the fight against corruption be holistic and comprehensive in terms of dealing with individuals accused of corruption from past and current government. That the legislature and judiciary must comply with the code of conduct in declaring their assets, incomes, and liabilities and submitting to the LACC for verification and timely reporting to the public. President Weah must act to appoint officials at key public integrity institutions, especially the LACC, GAC, FIU, and FIU, whose leaderships are not fully constituted to effectively function.
President George Weah has thanked United Nations outgoing resident coordinator Yakub Ed Hilo for his services in promoting peace and unity in Liberia. Making remarks at the farewell ceremony at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Thursday, President George Weah said Liberia is proud of the efforts exerted by Mr. Ed Hilo and the United Nations in making Liberia a peaceful country.
I want to use the occasion to say on behalf of the government, the people of Liberia, in my own name, say thank you to our dear brother Yakub for his service in promoting peace and unity in Liberia. Yakub, you are part of us and will always pray for you and we hope that you'll come back home again. You are going to Libya. We're all going to pray for you. Whenever you have a problem, make sure to call your Liberian names. Chomi, Chief Kanaka, and Chief Momo. You have stayed here with us, you worked for many years. Yakub, please make sure you declare your asset. So please accept our personal congratulations. Yakub, we love you. We're going to miss you. May God bless you in your endeavors. Till we see you again.
Meanwhile, the UN envoy lauded President George Weah for the honor and also commended Liberians for preserving the high-end peace.
And I am truly humbled by this honor that I wholeheartedly accept this honor that has been bestowed on me by His Excellency, the President, that I wholeheartedly accept on behalf of the United Nations Secretary General and on behalf of the United Nations, including the UN team in the Republic of Liberia, for it is not an honor that is only mine, it is an honor that is shared. I go through this experience as I literally have probably less than 48 hours to depart again from Liberia. And since I am departing again, that means I will come back. This beautiful country has come such a long way in such a short period of time. At times of war, and this is human nature, all that people will want is peace. All that they want is peace, and they are always clear that anything else can wait. But then when humans get peace, the list of demands get taller. And in a country like Liberia that has gone through quite a difficult experience during the war, it is remarkable that in such a short period of time, the country has made this significant progress. Mr. President, yes, sometimes there is agitation, sometimes there is maybe frustration, sometimes there may even be unrealistic expectations, but this is part of the process, the human process of wanting the best out of life and wanting the best out of a country. And here is where Liberia again has proved and shown the world that peace is possible.
Montserrat County newly inducted Senator Darius Dillon has committed his state at the Senate to upholding the voices of the people of Montserrat County. Speaking Thursday at his official induction ceremony, Senator Dillon assured his supporters that he will remain committed and focused in achieving promises made during the campaign period.
So will the senator-elect present his credentials to the sergeant, and the sergeant give it to the secretary?
Madam President of the Senate, distinguished senators, Mr. Secretary of the Senate, I, Abraham Darius Dillon, Senator-elect of Montserrat County, do hereby present my credentials, which include a certificate of the National Elections Commission duly signed and issued by the National Elections Commission in accordance with Chapter 2, Rule 1. I want to pledge to the Liberian people, I will never take from you what does not belong to me. I stand before God and you today, a grateful and humble man, ready to serve as senator for all of Montserrat County, not just for those who voted for me. And I pledge to you to defend and uphold your voices, which has given birth to the beginning of a new era of legislative representation of our people. It's time for me to pay back by my performance and service to you. The elections are over. We campaigned on the message of transparency, accountability, adequate representation, and keeping the interest of the people of Montserrat County and Liberia at the forefront of all decisions and our actions. Our win shows very clearly that these are the widespread desires of the citizens of Liberia, particularly Montserrat County. The time has come to show our commitment to working for and on behalf of the Liberian people and to deliver results. The time has come to introduce our people to a new Montserrat and a new Liberia. We want to inspire a new generation. And God, we pray that we can be that humble vessel for somebody out there to believe again.
Meanwhile, Senator Dillon has officially presented his assets to the Secretary of the Senate. He also used the occasion to announce that he will only accept a salary of US $5,000 and will deposit any addition in an account for other development initiatives in Montserrat County.
As a first sign of our commitment to our pledges, we want to publicly make the following proclamation. During my campaign, I announced that we will fight to reduce our salary. Today, on my compensation, I announced today that considering the current economic situation Liberia is faced with, I, Senator Abraham Darius Dillon of Montserrat County, will only accept a salary in full sum of $5,000 United States dollars. Any amount over this will be deposited in an escrow account to go toward social development program of the county. I urge my colleagues in the legislative, executive, and judiciary branches to kindly consider doing same. In keeping with our Constitution, in these times of economic challenges, our Constitution said national leaders should craft national policies for national good. It's time for us to look in that direction. While a full declaration of my assets will be made following the due process outlined by law, I publicly declare today and present to the Secretary of the Senate my asset in keeping with law. I'm presenting or submitting to the Secretary of the Senate in this public manner my asset as the repository in keeping with law, my asset and liability. Everything I own without more than $75,000, I got nothing to have. I came to the Liberian Senate as I am. And we want to encourage our colleagues, those of us, even though by law, it is not required by law to publish the asset, but ethics, good leadership, morality, Just the same way ethics does not tell you not to urinate in your living room, the same way morality tells you not to urinate in your living room, is the same way morality and ethics should guide us as national leaders to go beyond what the law says, to set the example.
Well, also speaking at the Senate on Thursday, Senate Pro Tem Albert Chie informed Senator DeLong that their respective parties do not dictate to them at the Senate. He noted that the removal of senators lies in the power of the Senate.
Yet, the Bible, the rules of the Liberian Senate. This is a political house. Yet, we do politics. You were elected by the people of Mosorado County, but from today's date, you belong to the Liberian Senate. That's why the Constitution, the freedoms, the power to remove you from here is not with the people. It is with us here. We alone have that power. Here, Mr. Senator, new Senator, we act beyond party lines. Here, we act beyond party lines. Since I've been here, I've been here going to 5 years now. We act and think independently of party ideologies, wings, caprices, and orientations. We are independent here. We think independently. No party dictates to us. Since I've been here, nobody dictates to us. Within 6 months, Mr. Senator, you will understand that here we do serious business. Legislative politics is practical, and it's different from textbook politics. Here, we are masters of our own rules. You saw, for example, Mr. New Senator, that within 15 minutes, you presented your credentials. We empower the Rules and Order Committee to do a report. Within 15 minutes, we passed on a report. Within 15 minutes, we inducted you. Welcome, Mr. Senator.
Senate Pro Tem Albert Chie making remarks yesterday at the induction of Senator Darius Dillon, where those comments from the Senate Pro Tem have come under huge criticism, with several Liberians describing it as bad, that's not in the interest of the people of Liberia. And to this development now, Monrovia City Mayor Jefferson Koji says he supports the establishment of War and Economic Crimes Court in Liberia. His statement comes barely weeks after Senator Prince Johnson criticized President Weah for bad governance and stated that he will seek advice from his religious father whether to keep or withdraw his support from President George Weah. According to Mayor Koji, impunity should not be a chance to survive in Liberia.
I do not believe that impunity should have a place in our country. But here, he's the president. The presidents preside. If I have an opportunity to talk to the president, and I went to suggest to the president, I can say to you clearly, I still support. I support the War Crime Court. I say that without stupor. I support it because we need to be very clear. We need to be very clear. Now look, this country, there are a lot of places in this country. We cannot afford to allow our country to slip back to the old history of it. No, we're not prepared for that. And like I said to you, when those days, those dark moments, when talking about those issues was a taboo in this country. Today, people who call us that, I will know. The people of safari. They're on safari. Nobody go after you. In fact, you are celebrated. The day that people learn the trend in which people taking it. But I'm telling you, those days, the day, and I'm telling you about when Hillary Clinton came here, by that time, Lord was just raised across with Sekou Damati Conan. Those are men who are clearly in charge of everything you think about. So we stood our ground. Being mayor cannot change our position. We stay by the